So what's going on, GenCon? Ted from Immersion here. I'm here at the Games by Bicylce booth. Yes, that's right, Bicylce, the card game company, making games. But we're here to talk about one specific game, and that would be Shuffle Grand Prix. And unlike a lot of the times when I do these interviews, I'm actually here with the designer of the game. So if you have questions, this is the time to ask, but you're not watching, this is on YouTube, but I'll ask the questions. So tell me a little bit about Shuffle Grand Prix.
So Shuffle Grand Prix is a racing game that utilizes shuffle building. So you have a driver and a co-pilot, both with an ability deck. So you'll shuffle those together, and throughout the race, when you're attacking each other, you're adding equipment to your car, you're throwing someone else into a parade route, you're using the abilities of both drivers. So the goal of the game is to collect these distance cards, and whoever has the highest total at the end of the game is going to be the winner.
And I think we talked about it a little bit before, but about how long does a game run?
It goes about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the players. It is 2 to 4 players for this game.
And it is available currently right now. There's copies here to purchase here at GenCon.
There are copies here, there are copies online, and I just found out that it's going to be distributed to Walmarts as well.
Oh wow, very cool. And how much does the game run?
$24.99.
So why, what was your, I didn't even ask who you were, or should I have you introduce yourself, so let me do that first.
I'm Rob Newton, the designer of the game. I'm currently based out of Seattle, and game designer.
So did you, since Games by Bicylce is kind of a new thing on the scene, did you approach them, did they approach you, how did the whole process go to get the game out here?
So it's kind of funny. I was going to do this as a Kickstarter, and one of the cardinal sins as a designer is going and getting your own art. If you pitch a game to a publisher, it's like,
Sure.
Oh, they're just going to replace it anyway. Don't bother. It's going to be a waste of money. Right before I was going to go into Kickstarter, Bicylce approached me and said, hey, we really like this game. We'd love to publish it. And I said, yes, but you have to keep the artwork, and I managed to pull that off. We've got this great artwork, and Bicylce is now publishing board games.
Yeah. So what was the thought process, the creative process? Why Shuffle Grand Prix? How did that all come together?
So I had been basically designing this as a digital game with some friends, and it was going to be just this deck builder style game. But as it turns out, anyone who's worked in video games, they're a lot of work.
Sure.
I am a software engineer as a day job, and if you are coding for work and coding for a hobby, that turns out to just be a lot of time in front of the computer. We ended up eventually sort of parting ways, and I decided to sort of pivot into the tabletop space. I took some of the ideas from our video game version of this and made it into a board game. A lot of the cards themselves are inside jokes and references. Every single card has some sort of joke or reference on it, whether it's in the artwork or in the flavor text or the name of the card. They're all just references to various things happening in my life, or inside jokes, or all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, the design is very crisp. The cards are, they're Bicylce cards, right? They're pretty nice quality, so this is definitely where you want to have that. And the packaging is nice. Like you said, you can see the art is very unique. I'd say this is a pretty unique style of the art. I am excited to get a chance to sit down and play it. But is there anything else you want people to know about Shuffle Grand Prix?
It is very accessible. We've tried to sort of bridge the gap between hobby players and more mainstream people who aren't totally into playing games. And I think this is fairly accessible for a lot of people to get into. I hope people have fun with it, and
All right. Well, thank you very much for the interview. I'll see you guys at the next one.